Tommy, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks yourself.
Yeah, I was tired just looking at you training just then. You do that every day?
Yeah, that's every day. A lot of people don't think it with the Instagram stuff and that, but what you've just seen there, that's my life, every single day.
And then I believe it doesn't just stop there. Then tonight you're doing something else?
Yeah, we come in the mornings, we do this, then I normally chill out, go for a little steam room in the afternoon, do whatever I'm doing, and then night time I'll do a 3-4 mile run. I'll do some weight training. I'm always training. Boxing for me isn't just come in the gym or train twice a day. It's a constant lifestyle. It's 24 hours a day, every single day, because like my dad said before, if you want something in life, you've got to put the work in to get it. You only get in what you put out, and I truly believe that.
Yeah, I do think there are, some people who think that you just, just on Instagram all day, being a superstar, and just pop in the gym when you feel like it, and then turn up for a fight. But
yeah, no, yourself. You've seen me train this morning. And this is considered a light day. If you'd have been here Monday, I think you'd have actually been sweating. But no, I'm far from what you see on the eye. The Instagram stuff's one thing, but everybody who knows me knows that I'm a fighting man through and through, and this is all I've ever done since being a child. However long I can remember, running down the road. I was even, at one stage getting up at 4 or 5 in the morning, going running. I truly believe that I'm one of the most dedicated boxers out there. I eat, sleep, breathe this job. Even all the other stuff I've got going on the side. When I'm fighting, and that's it. Nothing else enters my world. And that's how you've got to be. You can't play at this game because you can get seriously hurt. And I've got ambitions, high ambitions. And I know if I don't put that work in, I'm not going to achieve them. So it's very important that I do.
And how is it training with your dad? Because, obviously there are instances of fathers and son training in boxing, but do you sort of separate the boxing from the personal life, if you like?
Yeah, no, there's no one better to train with than my dad, because at the end of the day, there's nobody who knows you better than your own father. And I know that everything he does is for my best interest. Every fight that he picks for me to go ahead with, it's for my best interest. And even in the gym, he knows how much to push me, how, when to hold me back, whether I'm feeling right this day, whether I'm feeling right another day. Normal trainers, they won't know you like your father. So for me to train with him every single day, it's a blessing for me to do that.
Yeah, and it's also fair to say that he knows like how far to push you, how quickly to push you, because I think him and Frank's the right approach. They're just taking things steady at the moment. As I said to him earlier, you getting used to the bright lights, and pushing you on slowly.
Yeah, as I said before, it's all about looking good. Learning your trade properly. You can do it in the gym all day long. I can do it in the gym all day long, but underneath the lights, you've got to learn to do it out there, because it's two completely different things. And I like the way we're doing it at the minute, just going ahead nice and slow. I only had 10 amateur bouts, so not a lot of amateur experience, so we're learning on the job really, and that's why it's important to not rush, learn your trade properly, and when you challenge for those big fights, make sure you come out and win them, because we're not here to take part, we're here to take these big fights when we're ready and win them, and keep moving up the ranks.
Yeah, and again, I think people forget. You've only literally just turned 22, but the usual armchair experts on social media. It's like if you blow someone away in a round, you're fighting bums. If it takes a bit longer to get them out there, you're not very good. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't, aren't you?
Yeah, I stopped listening to what the public said, a very long time ago, because in this life you can't please everybody. No matter what you do in life, there's always somebody who's going to have an opinion. So why lose sleep over, someone's opinion that isn't going to affect you? So I'm going to pick the fights that I want to pick, fight the fights that I want to fight, and let people talk all they want to talk, because at the end of the day, they're not getting in the ring. I pay my own bills, I get my own head punched in. So at the end of the day, why am I going to take in what they're saying? I respect every man, journeyman, prospect, whatever you are, gets through the rope. And every prospect, they have to do these things to get their experience. How many times have we seen journeymen come up and upset a prospect? Every fight for me now is a world title fight, because if you don't win these fights, how do you expect to move on to the next level? So you've got to prepare, like you've seen today, we prepare like it's a world title fight. And that's how you've got to be, because if you don't, you're not going to get what you're looking for.
I was going to say, because you've got a 4-rounder, but you're preparing for a 12-rounder, really.
Yeah, definitely. You fight hard, train hard, fight easy. That's the motto, because I put everything into my workouts, whether it be in the boxing gym, in the strength gym, out on the road. I put it all in, because I know that when I get in the ring, I'll be thankful for it. Because if you don't put it all in, you cut corners, you're going to find out in the ring, and you don't want to do that. If there's anywhere, to practice things, it's in the gym, because on fight night you want it all to be there. It wants to be set in stone. You go ahead and you do it, and you come out and you move on to the next one, and that's what the plan is.
And we're a week out from the fight now. How are you feeling? You look in a good place? You look like you're ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go. I'm in the mindset now of just seek and destroy. That's what it is. In training camp it's very hard. You put your body through all sorts of things, but you keep looking ahead to that night. And right now, that's getting me through all these sessions. That's getting me through these next 10 days. Is Saturday night, June 5th. I'm looking to put on another spectacular performance, show everybody what I've been learning, and show everybody, how much I've learned being in America, being over here with my dad. Keep pushing on. And at the end of the day, it's not a sprint. We'll get there. Rome wasn't built in a day. I've got no intentions of moving things, in fast forward. I'm going to take my time and do it properly.
You mentioned America, and obviously you've been out there with Tyson, training, because he's now training for Deontay Wilder. He wasn't when he went out there, but anyway, we'll come on to that later. But yeah, unlike most boxers, you've got a world champion in the family. Does that put more pressure on you, or does it actually help you?
No, it's no pressure. It's just it all helps me, because I look at him, and think, if I dedicate myself, and train as hard as I can and put the work in, I can live a life that he's living. I can be, in the position that he's in. So it's never pressure, because I'm not trying to live up to Tyson. There's only ever going to be one Tyson. He's one of the greatest of all times. So if I can do half as well as he's done, I'll be happy. And I've always said that. You can look back through every interview I've ever had. That's what I've said. And it's no pressure at all, because like I said before, I'm not trying to fill his boots. I'm just trying to be the best version of myself that I can be. And that's it. I'm not trying to, live up to anything. I just want to be the best Tommy Fury that I can be. I want to go out every time, put it all in, put my life on the line, and just do the best for myself.
And how was it working with him out there? I mean, he looks in good nick as well.
Yeah, he's in very, very good shape. Seeing him sparring out there, he's killing everybody as usual. He's the best in the game. And you don't get that way throughout hard work, and that's what he's shown. For everything that he's been through and he's come back from. He's at the top of his game now. He's looking super fit, and for me to go out there and train with him and experience all these things with him, it just adds to my knowledge. I've been around for a long time watching him train. All the way through the training camps, the Klitschko's, all those big things. I've just sat back. I've been looking at it, and I've been storing everything. And I'm like a sponge. I've took it all in, and I've just been saying to myself, do you know what? I'm going to take note of the small things, because when it's my time, I'm going to look back at these and I'll have that experience in my own bank. So, having him there is just, it's amazing. It's a blessing.
And like I say, when you went out there, he was training for one fight. When you came back, he's training for another. It's all a bit of a mess.
Yeah, definitely. It is what it is. But the mind frame that I got from Tyson being out there with him, that he just wants to fight now. Regardless who it is, he just wants to fight. He's a big one for being active. So he doesn't care who he gets in the ring with, because he's number one. So what does it matter if he fights number 1 or 2? He's going to get there eventually. But he doesn't care. His mind is bulletproof, and that's how you've got to be, because if it wasn't, all this fighting one guy and then fighting another guy the next minute, it'd drive you not insane. But he's bulletproof.
But he's only human. I mean, it must be, if you're geared up for what is one of the biggest fights of all time, and then you sort of stepping back to fighting a guy you beat easily last time. There must be a slight change in the mindset.
Of course, yeah, definitely. But he's not stupid. He's been at the top for a long time now. At the end of the day, so he knows what it takes, and he knows that if he comes unstuck against Wilder, then this big fight might be in jeopardy. So he's going to be training extra hard for this. At the end of the day, this level of boxing, you can't take your eye off the ball. You'd be stupid to do, and Tyson's not a stupid man. So I think you're going to see an even better Tyson and an even better Wilder, definitely, because it's his last roll of the dice. If he loses again, where's he going to go? He can't go anywhere. So he's going to give it his best shot. So I think we're in for a real treat at the end of July, or whatever happens, because the one thing that I do know now is nothing's on till they're in the ring. It was done, signed, sealed, Joshua, done. Everyone was going on about it, and then boom, within 24 hours he's fighting Wilder. So boxing's a funny game.
Yeah, and AJ now likely to fight Usyk, which again is not an easy fight.
Yeah, not an easy fight. I said in an interview a couple of days ago, I said Joshua better not slip up this time like he did last time, because nothing's nailed on. Usyk's a big man. He's been an undisputed world champion at cruiserweight, and anything can happen. We've seen that in the Ruiz fight, so he's got to keep his mind on it. All these fighters, especially Joshua and Tyson, they've got to keep their minds on it, because we all want to see this big fight, but they've all got duties to fill before that happens. So let's hope the mindset doesn't change for them.
And you think your brother is going to come through against Wilder?
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. Because, like I said before, he's not a stupid man. He knows what lies ahead. He knows the task he's got in front of him, and I'm sure he'll be training hard for it.
And presumably Deontay will wear a lighter suit for his ring walk this time.
Oh yeah, you would think that, but I just think after this fight there's going to be a bit of excuses from him, because at the end of the day, if you make up as many excuses as you did last time, I don't know what for you mean. If you lose fair and square like he did, no problem, shake his hand and get on with it. A million excuses isn't going to bring back the W, is it? It's not going to do anything for you, so why do it in the first place? Go back to the gym, train harder, get things right and try again. That's all you've got to do. But I'm not a man for all these excuses, so it is what it is.
Listen, before we go, I've got to mention Jake Paul. I hate myself for doing that. But it's, what is going on there?
I mean, you know as much as I do. I'm here, I'm getting on with my career, at the end of the day. I'm not going to start moving things around in my own career for a man who does YouTube for a living. You can't even take a slap up the ear. It's no good me doing that, is it? So I'm here, I've laid it on the plate for him many, many, many times. I'm here, and if he wants to fight, he can any day of the week, twice on Sunday. So it's not a problem.
But as far as I can see, he calls you out, you respond, Tyson gets involved and says, yes, we should do it. And then he says, no, I'm too big for you. But he called you out in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, there's one thing behind all this. I'm too big for you, you need to get on my level, even though he's not even a boxer, but okay. He hasn't got a pair of balls, and that's what you need in this game, and he hasn't got them. And that's why he hasn't got in the ring with me yet. He can say what he wants about all this, oh yeah, you're not big enough to. He fought Ben Askren, didn't he? Ben Askren had about 400,000 followers on Instagram. I've got the whole of the UK behind me, so he can't use that excuse. So I don't know, he is what he is. I'm not giving him my attention. He's coming out with all this stupid stuff, but I've got business to attend to on June 5th. After that, if he wants to talk, we can easily talk. That fight for me, this training session I had this morning was harder than that fight's going to be. So I don't lose any sleep over that. Whenever he wants it, he can have it.
Brilliant. And I must admit, I was a bit sceptical about all the YouTubers getting involved in boxing, but I guess on the other side, there's a lot more people getting to know about boxing that maybe wouldn't have done before.
Yeah, it's definitely a different side to boxing. I don't think the boxing purists, that look at everything pinpoint will be watching those fights. But, the young girls, the young guys, your teenagers, your 20-year-olds that may not be into boxing are into it now because of these guys. So, at the end of the day, we're all in this game to make a few quid and go home to our families at the end of the day. So that's what they're doing. I respect them. God bless them all. And I may go on to make millions of pounds. It doesn't make no interest to me. I'm not a jealous guy. I'm just going to get on and do my own thing.
Okay, and just final question. I know, as I've said, you're doing it completely the right way. You're a young man. You're taking each fight as it comes, to use the cliche, and gradually building yourself up. But have you ever had that dream yourself of walking out there into a crowd, having your hand raised as a world champion?
Oh yeah, every day. Before I shut my eyes at night and when I wake up in the morning, that's my vision. That's the vision I've had since I've been 4 years old. Ever since I started boxing, that has been the plan. It wasn't to, no disrespect, win any of the British titles, the Commonwealth, European titles. They're all blessing. It'd be a blessing to win them, but every kid wants to be a world champion, and everyone says that. But it's a matter of believing yourself, and I've always believed in myself, and I know that I'm on the road to doing that because I've got it in here. I've got it in my heart and I've got it in my mind, and I will achieve it, because if you believe in yourself, you can do anything, and that's the plan here. Train hard and we'll go all the way.